Okay, so turn to page 500, and here we'll begin reviewing the lessons of science for your GED exam. Now, there are a total of, let's see, I believe it's, I'll give you, I think it's 72 ones. So there are exactly 72 pages of science. And as I mentioned before, if you just do 10 pages a day, you're done reviewing what you need to know for the science test in 7 days. And we've had a number of students that have followed our tutorial and they have gone and taken the test within that 7 days and passed the exam. Okay, so look on page 500 and let's begin lesson 1. And you should have your book. So the book that we're using again is the Kaplan GED Test 2017, and what we are doing is we're recording a tutorial to help you study and understand the material. Look on page 500. So what do you need to learn from this particular lesson? And they have it right there, those lesson objectives in the key ideas. Make sure you read them. Okay, so look at the top of page 500. Comprehend scientific presentation. And yes, you need to purchase the book. You need a book. You need the 2017, 18, or 19 version of the book. And I think, as I've said before, we are not promoting this with Kaplan for any compensation from Kaplan. This is a book we've purchased many times and we've used it in our classrooms, and it works. So we want to just present our own tutorial to help you get through it, but you need the book so you can follow along. Okay, so the first paragraph says that the GED test consists of questions based on science passages and graphics. And so we're going to explain this graphic here that they have. You need to be able to understand main ideas and supporting details. So look at the first graphic there on page 500. The main ideal of a science presentation or graphic is its topic or the writer's point. Use the science diagram to practice finding the main ideal. So here, this graphic is about a dry cell battery. And the question asks, what is the topic of this diagram? One, is it the components of a dry cell battery? Or two, how a dry cell battery powers machinery? Now, looking at the graphic, so it should be somewhat obvious, but let's pull up our sample. It won't be exactly like the one in your book on page 500, but it's similar, so we can illustrate our point of view. So here we have a dry cell battery, and it should be obvious that this dry cell battery that's in your book and the one that we have here on the screen in the lesson, it tells us absolutely nothing. There are no instructions about how dry cell batteries powers machinery. There's nothing that it tells us. But what it does tell us, if you look at answer choice number 1, there are different parts of a dry cell battery. There are different components. So right below the graph, your book states that the correct answer is choice 1. Why? Because that's what the graphic is about. It's about the different parts, the different components of a dry cell battery. It doesn't show us anything or any process about powering machinery. Okay? So you've got to look at questions like this on the test and be able to choose the right answer. Let's move on. Next sentence. Science writers support their main ideas with details, facts, and evidence. Read the paragraph below and answer the question. So, go ahead and read the paragraph. It begins, earthquakes can be classified. So we'll take a second, let you read that. Okay, so it reads, earthquakes can be classified as either surface earthquakes or deep focus earthquakes. Scientists agree that surface earthquakes occur when rock in Earth's crust fractures to relieve stress. Deep focus earthquakes originate from seismic activity more than 300 kilometers below Earth's surface. The causes of deep focus earthquakes remain a subject of debate, but scientists believe they may be caused by the pressure of fluids trapped in Earth's tectonic plates. Here's your question. Which of the following details supports the main point of this paragraph? 1 or 2? Read your answer choices and make your choice. Okay, so as you read, you should see that the discussion in the paragraph is about the different types of earthquakes, surface earthquakes, and not the debate among scientists. So answer 2 would be right, because most of the discussion, and remember that the question asks, which of the following details supports the main point of this paragraph? It would be 2. Number 2 supports the main point of the paragraph. And if you look at the bottom of page 500, it gives you your answer choice. Okay, so that will end lesson 1, page 500. We'll stop here.